What's up, and welcome to another episode, Master Moats film session. And today we're talking about Pierre Island. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, James Pierre. Gonna break down a couple of plays from his performance in that Hall of Fame game against the Dallas Cowboys. I thought he did a really good job. Even when he allowed catches, I thought he had great coverage, was very sticky, very competitive, and I just liked his overall confidence and decisiveness throughout the game. So with that being said, here's Mr. James Pierre right there at the bottom of the screen. Play it in full speed, and after that, man, we'll start breaking it down. All right. So to start it off, man, obviously Pierre's in off coverage right here because it's 1st and 10, right? We see it's a little bit bigger personnel, 13 personnel, meaning the Cowboys have 1 running back and 3 tight ends, 1, 2, and 3. So Pierre knows in terms of vertical receiving threats, not a lot that's going to scare him just because of how well he can cover. Not a lot of these, either of these guys are going to make him feel like he has to bail out too soon so he can be a little bit more flat-footed, a little bit more aggressive here. But I like the pre-snap communication that you're seeing. He's pointing, he's talking to the guys, letting them know, what he's seeing. And whatever they're doing from a coverage standpoint, they're communicating that. But what I really enjoy is this, man. He's not bailing out of here. This is a smart play right here. A lot of times corners don't want to tackle, so they like to act like it's always a pass. I'm like, they're fools sometimes. Pierre isn't going for that. Pierre understands the situation. He understands the personnel grouping, and he knows what plays he can and cannot get. So now, as you see him sitting in this position, he's ready to go ahead and shoot his gun, pull his trigger right here. And ultimately, that's what he does. Does not second guess, does not hesitate. And I like the fact, head across the body of the ball carrier. Why is that important? Because even if that ball carrier is, a bigger back, more physical back, got a chance to trip him after he runs you over this way. But as a whole, this is good tackling position right here, man. He'll be able to secure the tackle, as you can see, getting his legs and wrapping them up. But I really like that because you can't take it for granted with young cornerbacks that they're going to be able to tackle or that they're going to want to tackle, because we know how cornerbacks are in the NFL. But I love y'all corners, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all do. But James Pierre, man, really good body position, demeanor. Like I said, love the pre-snap communication as well. Good physical tackle right there to start it off for him. Okay, so now we get a chance to see Pierre on his island. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, here he is at the bottom of the screen. Cover 1. I enjoy watching this guy work right here. Just watch his footwork. Watch how he mirrors this receiver. This is clinic tape right here, man. When you look at this play right here, man, honestly, these next 2 plays, I'll play them back to back in succession because this is just Pierre on 2 plays, man-to-man coverage, no help, and just being a great player. Look at his footwork in terms of how he's mirroring this receiver, okay? Now, remember, we told you sometimes, you want to get your hands on these guys, but if you feel like you're a better athlete or you can compete with them, well, go ahead and show that, right? And James does that right here. Takes away the inside first with that slight little shuffle just to get body position, right? Now he's going to have the silent as an extra defender. I like that. But then from there, he's just reading body language right here. He sees this guy starts chopping it, similar to a double move. Essentially, that's what they were trying to run here. And from there, man, he just reads it and he's like, okay, I'm not falling for that. Now, continuing to have his eyes on the receiver until he sees the receiver do what? Once he sees this stripe right here, look back for the ball, that lets Pierre know, hey, I need to get my head around. Now, Pierre snaps his head around, and you can see at the end of the play, Pierre is still frustrated because he wanted to get his head around faster to, have a better chance of intercepting this ball. But still, the mechanics of getting his head around, as soon as he saw this receiver turn his head, I like that. That's what you're supposed to do as a corner right there, right? And then from there, man, just finishing at the ball, smacking at the ball, making sure that, hey, even though this route was terrible, even though I already locked you up, we're not going to let you have any type of fluky success on this play right here. Good work, though. Finish out. Let's go. And now here's the next play, right? Because this is under 2 minutes here, right? They're in scoring position here. So they're trying to get into the zone, right? And that's the thing that I was enjoying about Pierre on these 2 plays. he doesn't have the opportunity to just sit back and play a prevent, play some type of end of half defense. No, he has to compete. He has to be matched up, and he can't be, sitting back because of where they're at on the field as well. So next play, what does he do? Come on, we pressing up again. Let's go. Okay, you're going to try to take him inside and burst out? That's fine. He is more than game for that right there. And as you can see, man, stay square, right, with the shuffle. Stand square. Why do you need to stay square? Because this guy isn't going to take you all the way across the field. He's not faster than you like that. And James understands that. So James is in the position now where he's able to burst back out. Good eyes, right? I would like to see him being a little bit more on the receiver, less on the quarterback. But he also understands that, man, in this particular play right here, in this part of the game, this ball is going to be coming out a little bit faster right here. But good finish right there once again, man. It's a 1-yard catch. 1-yard catch. This guy, in terms of his competition, in terms of his mentality, I absolutely love it. Now it's time for the fun with James Pierre, and that's him in coverage. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is at the bottom of the screen. And I just love his game right now, man. I'm really a fan of what I'm seeing from him consistently being put on tape. So he's an off coverage right here. I believe this is a cover 4 that the Steelers are running. It's 3rd and 15. So it would make sense that that would be their coverage right here. So off coverage for him because he understands the situation, right? On 3rd and 15, you don't need to be pressed up here. Understand the situation. You know that he has to get to this yard marker for it to be a first down. So give yourself a little bit of room here, okay? So with it being cover 4 and him knowing it's 3rd and 15 and him being off coverage, he's not even staring at this receiver 100%. He's seeing the receiver, but he's also seeing the quarterback's drop. And why is that important? By him seeing this quarterback's drop, can he feel this receiver? Absolutely. Can he see this receiver? Absolutely. But by him reading this drop, that tells him he doesn't need to keep pedaling. That tells him, man, this 3-step drop right here, this ball's about to be coming out a lot sooner than what you would typically think on 3rd and 15. So from there, James Pierre understands that and he takes that information and actually uses it. We talk about how some players will understand what could be happening, playing the tendencies, but not necessarily pull the trigger on it, right? They won't trust it. Right here, James Pierre is trusting what he knows. He's trusting the situation. He's trusting this information that the quarterback is giving him, and he understands this receiver. He's not scared of this receiver necessarily running by him. So with that being the case, he's super aggressive on this first move. Ball comes out in 3 steps. All right, boom. He's already breaking on that ball, in position, fights through the hands, come over the top, clean PBU. Just a really good fundamental play by James right there. Like I said, not overzealous, but good work right there in terms of his fundamentals, his footwork. I mean, look at him. He's not bailing out of there all quick. No. He understands that, man, this receiver isn't coming out here high elbows, high knees, trying to get downfield. This quarterback isn't taking a 5 or 7-step drop. No, this ball is happening. I mean, this ball is coming out right now. This play is happening right now. Go be a factor, because if he is late, if James isn't breaking on this like that, well, now 81's going to get this ball, and you'll have a little bit of a foot race. 3rd and 15, you don't want a foot race, baby. You want to make sure that this play is, dead in the bud before it can get started. And ultimately, James Pierre does that by just using great technique and fundamentals and actually trusting his eyes. I was really impressed with James, man. I've been impressed with him throughout this training camp, and I think he's going to continue playing like that, man. So y'all let me know your thoughts on James Pierre and just, his training camp and also in this game as well, man. Were you impressed by his play? Did you have any concerns? But either way, I appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby, peace.